Sit down, Joe.
Why you think I'm making?
Sit down, Joe.
Huh?
Sit down
Why
quick.
you think I'm making?
The brothers are here.
No.
Sit down quick, Joe.
Well.
Some fights aren't just about winning. They're about surviving, pushing past the pain, and pulling off the impossible. When everyone counted them out, when the fight seemed over, these warriors did the unthinkable. Today we're counting down the most legendary boxing comebacks that shocked the world. Which comeback do you think was the greatest? Drop your answer in the comments below. Diego Corrales versus Jose Luis Castillo, the greatest round in boxing history. In 2005, Diego Corrales and Jose Luis Castillo went to war in what would become one of the greatest fights of all time. For 9 brutal rounds, they exchanged bombs.
Yeah, that is Castillo's elbow, a right uppercut. He's slowing Corrales and having his way. And a left hook up, right uppercut on the chin by... That's what's slowing Corrales, and both these fighters have, oh my, what a left hook there by around the eye, at least that's what they're hoping. Body shots wickedly offered by Castillo. Castillo! Corrales waves them on. Unbelievable action. Back forward.
But in round 10, Castillo dropped Corrales with a vicious left hook. At this point, Corrales looked done. He was barely standing. His mouthpiece got knocked out, and the referee was this close to stopping the fight. And that's exactly what he did. Corrales came back like a man possessed. He cornered Castillo, landed a series of brutal punches, and stunned the entire arena. From being seconds away from losing, to knocking Castillo out just moments later. One of the greatest boxing comebacks ever. But if you think that was crazy, wait until you see a comeback that made history twice. Because this fighter had to do it again in the same fight. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder E. The Undertaker moment. Tyson Fury was coming back from mental health struggles, addiction, and a 2-year layoff. No one believed he had a chance against WBC champion Deontay Wilder, a man known for knocking people out cold. For most of the fight, Fury outboxed Wilder, making him miss and landing clean shots.
As Wilder has tried to utilize the real estate, herky-jerky style, but Fury now...
Wilder still hasn't to show that he's not going to let...
Jab, what did I say in the keys to victory? Double jab was a key.
Landing at 12% for him.
Joe Louis, who was born in Alabama, has Wilder a lot better than he did in his two...
As he's taller than Deontay, Deontay has to reach more for it.
The nose of Tyson Fury might have started a
tip affair.
What he's doing is what Wilder isn't doing.
Wanted to land them with a lot of conviction. Right hand. Well, actually, the
man just misses.
Boom! Wilder landed a devastating 1-2 combination that sent Fury crashing to the canvas. He wasn't moving. It looked like the fight was over. Even Wilder started celebrating. Then, Fury did the impossible. The crowd gasped. The announcers couldn't believe it. Wilder's face said it all. How did this man just get up? Fury not only got up, he started fighting back. He landed clean shots on Wilder and finished the round strong. The fight ended in a controversial draw, but Fury's comeback from the dead cemented this as one of boxing's most legendary moments. But what happens when a champion is not only down, but also completely blind in one eye? Let's talk about one of the gutsiest comebacks in boxing history. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier III, the Thrilla in Manila. Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier wasn't just a fight. It was a war for the ages. These two men hated each other, and for 14 grueling rounds, they threw everything they had. Ali was known for his speed and finesse, but this fight was different. He had to stand and trade with one of the hardest punchers in history.
Frazier now as he's got Ali on the rope. Ali with the rope. Gonna want. Ali is out. Knockdown.
By the 10th round, Ali was exhausted. He later said, "This was the closest I've ever felt to dying." But then, in the later rounds, Ali found something deep inside. Ali started picking Frazier apart. Frazier's eyes were swollen shut, and his trainer had to make a decision: continue or stop the fight. Before the 15th round could start, Frazier's corner stopped the fight. Ali collapsed in his corner, completely spent, but he had won one of the toughest fights in boxing history. A true warrior comeback. But what happens when a fighter isn't just hurt, but completely out on his feet? This next comeback was so insane, it looked like something out of a movie. Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward. Why? The fight that defined heart. Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward had one of the most brutal, action-packed fights ever. It was a pure war.
The combinations, though, from Gatti. Gatti with some of that out-given the body medicine.
Now the fight is turning out to be what we expect. He's moving, bombing, and weaving. Mixing up his punches very closer now.
But Gatti's deep.
And here Gatti with some of that out-given the body medicine. Right hand. Gatti to the body. Gatti with uppercut.
Everything that he should have landed pretty good. Treading all of his body weight through on every punch. Well, I'll tell you what the fans are doing. There's another right hand again, and he comes right back.
And then the high hard one. Again, left-right combination landed blood. Ward bleeding heavily.
In round 9, Ward landed a vicious left hook to the body. Gatti was done. He could barely stand. It looked like the fight would end right there, but somehow, he survived. Not only that, he came back swinging. The crowd went wild. Commentators couldn't believe what they were watching. The fight went the distance, and Ward won by decision, but Gatti's unreal comeback in round 9 is still talked about as one of the greatest moments in boxing history. Boxing is about skill, speed, and power, but more than anything, it's about heart. These fighters refused to quit, no matter how bad things looked, and that's why their comebacks will be remembered forever. Which one do you think is the greatest comeback in boxing history? Or is there one I missed? Drop a comment below. And if you love boxing stories like this, check out my breakdown of the most shocking knockouts in boxing. Click here, and I'll see you in that video next.